Good evening, YouTube pipers. Warwickshire Piper here. Sunday night. Just thought I'd switch the camera on. We could have a little bit of a chat. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you've had a great weekend. Everybody was ready for Monday morning. I know I'm not. Well, I've been working today. I've been working over, well, just outside Evesham, between Evesham and Bidford-on-Avon, at a lovely hotel for the Guild of Toastmasters and After Dinner Speakers. It's a lovely job. They're fantastic people to deal with. There's only about 60 of them. Come from all over the country, but mainly London. A lot of these after dinner speakers and Toastmasters work for a lot of the best London hotels. So I was in very good company, to be honest. One of them, in particular, a guy called Ruben, actually officiates and he's a Toastmaster a lot of the royal dinners. Lovely guy, ex-military guy from Sandhurst. Very funny. So yeah, I only just got in actually. I called into my girlfriend's on the way back from there this evening, and had some dinner, and then I'll just come back home. Little bit of housekeeping, guys. I'm smoking. Hopefully the smoke alarm won't go off. Some Bothy Flake, some you'll go with. I really have a job to get this to focus. There we go. In this lovely, heavily rusticated, almost like a Northern Briars rocks cut, very similar, square shank panelled billiard by none other than Tom Phillips. It's a fantastic pipe. It's only about the third or fourth time that I've smoked this pipe, but it's a winner. It really is a fantastic smoker. And the Bothy Flake is a lovely, leathery, flavoursome blend that I thought would go well this evening. I haven't got any alcohol, I'm afraid, guys. Well, I have, but just fancied a cup of tea. Okay, my last clip was an introduction, a beginner's introduction really, to the wonderful world of meerschaum pipes. And at the end of that vid, I did say that I would do a video about our wonderful significant others, our girlfriends, our wives, partners, boyfriends, whoever the significant other in your life is, if you have one. If you haven't, don't worry about it. And what they think about pipe smoking and our wonderful hobby, whether they like it, whether they hate it, whether they tolerate it, Maybe they even smoke themselves. So I'm after some VRs here, guys. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me what your other half thinks. And my other half, her name is Monica, used to smoke cigarettes a long time ago, and now she vapes. And she's very tolerant of fortunately she's very tolerant of my pipe smoking. Perhaps not the money that I spend on pipes and tobacco, but what they don't know doesn't always hurt them, does it? I think, but she's not stupid. She's got a good idea of the cost of pipes and tobacco, but she doesn't really moan. I just buy her a handbag or something like that, you know, take her shopping, take her out for lunch. Shuts her up. I'm only kidding. But no, she's very, very tolerant of my pipe smoking. I can remember a while ago when I went down to her house and appeared with a pouch of tobacco. A long while ago, I think it was Clan of all things. Don't mention that. Don't mention Clan. Can't mention Clan. And I walked in there with a pipe and Clan, and she sort of looked and she went, "A pipe?" And I said, "Yes, a pipe. What's wrong with that?" She went, "Nothing, nothing." Anyway, so my girlfriend doesn't allow me to smoke in the house. It's her house and that's her prerogative, and that's fine, and I abide by her rules. I go and smoke in her garage or in the summer out in the garden, obviously. And she did say to me, she said, "Oh, it makes you look quite distinguished." And I said, "Oh, thank you very much." And then she turned around and she said a wonderful thing, a heartwarming comment. And she said, "I've always loved the smell of pipe smoke." So of course I got quite excited, and I said, well, what pipe smoke? And she said, "Well, that you're smoking now, which was the Clan." And I said, "Really?" I said, "That's good." I said, "I'll make a note of that." And so basically, whenever I try a blend, I always try to smoke it in close proximity to her. Particularly if she's at my place. I live in an apartment in the middle of town, and you're not supposed to smoke in it, but I do. Rules are there to be broken. Plus the fact, if I've got a nice blend, nice pipe, I don't want to stand outside my back door of my apartment, freezing my ghoulies off, rushing to finish a nice bowl of RDF or something like whatever else, or Pembroke or whatever else I'm smoking. I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather sit on my sofa or my armchair and enjoy it, and just hope to God I never get caught. But going back to my girlfriend, she likes it. So whenever I try a new blend, I get her approval. There are a lot of blends, it's like sort of straight VAs and vapors that she just says, well, it just smells like normal tobacco. And I suppose to her that it does. She can't get the nuances in and variations in flavour that I do actually smoking it. But surprisingly, she seems to prefer the heavier blends, like Balkans, Latakia based blends, and indeed Bothy Flake, which is a good thing. Surprisingly, actually, because you speak to other pipe smokers at pipe meets that I've been to and online, and some of them turn around and say, well, my girlfriend, my wife likes you know, likes the smell of aromatic blend and hates the smell of the heavier blend. I've tried to get her to have a bowl, but she won't. She's quite happy with her vape, but she will sit there in the evening and she will rub out flakes for me, and I'm training her on plug as well, and she's quite happy to do that. Quite happy. She helps me jar up the new blends when they come in. As I say, she's very tolerant, and I am very lucky, really. So guys, tell me about yours. I did have one instance with her, actually, when I first started smoking the pipe again, which is when we walked into town. We were walking up to the local pub, and as soon as I got out of the door to my apartment and down onto the street, I lit the pipe, and then we're walking up the road, and I can't remember what pipe it was. It was probably a bent of some sort or another. And I said to her, I said, are you okay with me, you know, being seen with me smoking the pipe? And she said yes. She said, I love it. So fantastic, you know, I was really, really pleased. That brings me on to just flying across on a different tangent slightly. Smoking pipes in public. I know there are a few YTPC members that have mentioned this or covered this in the past, but I really think it's important. Now, I am immensely proud of my hobby, of my pipe collection, my tobacco collection, and smokers in general take a bad rap, a really heavy rap all the time from the PC crowd, or the snowflake brigade as I call them, and it's never, but I will always be proud to smoke my pipe in public. Wherever I am, wherever I'm allowed, I will smoke my pipe. So puff and be proud, guys. Fortunately, touch wood, I've never had any derogatory comments. I've never had any abuse from anybody in public, you know, when I'm smoking my pipe. Far from it, actually. Just the opposite. I've had many nice comments from people to say, oh, that smells nice, you know, or that pipe looks nice, or you do look distinguished. Occasionally you get a few sniggers, but it's just light-hearted fun. I mean, there were a few people in my local pub that take the Michael out of me on occasions for smoking, but then there are a few old boys in the pub that smoke as well. So although I'm the youngest one in there by a country mile, I do get a little bit of stick in there, but generally it's all light-hearted banter. This bothy flake was a little bit damp, actually, and I didn't dry it out. I didn't let it air for as long as I would normally, and it's starting to crackle a little bit, which is unusual for this this pipe, because it doesn't. But it's not the pipe; it's actually the tobacco that's a little bit too moist. I even my highlight was actually being approached. I walked past McDonald's, which tends to be a meeting ground for all the local sort of chavs and teenage delinquents. I guess that's the same in most towns across the country. And three lads approached me and said, oh, that's a cool e-pipe, mate. what flavour juice have you got in it? And I turned around and I said, well, I said, no, I said, this is the real deal, lads, actually. I said, this is a real pipe with real tobacco. And this young guy turned around and said, really? He said, do you mind if I have a look? And I thought, do I give them a pipe? Are they going to do a runner with it, or are they going to break it, or are they going to throw it at me, or something, or knife me, or shoot me, or you never know these days. So anyway, I gave him the pipe, and all three of them sort of had a look at it, and one said, oh, that's really cool. Do you mind if I have a toke? And I said, no. I said, go on, be my guest. Anyway, they passed the pipe round and had a toke on. I can't remember what blend I'd got in it, but they were really impressed. And this guy turned around and said, oh, we thought that was an e-pipe, because you can get e-pipes. My dad smokes an e-pipe, and he said he used to smoke a proper pipe like yours. And I said, oh, fantastic. But obviously he's on the e-pipe now, so that's it. And so off they went, and they said, oh, cool, cheers for that, and off they went. So that was nice, because I mean, normally kids of that age don't even talk to you, let alone actually come over and inquire about what you're smoking. But I mean, obviously vaping is, these days with a lot of young kids, is actually quite cool. Maybe they thought I was cool, I don't know, maybe I am, I don't know. But there we go. So yeah, puff and be proud. We should be rightfully proud of our hobby, and I regularly have light-hearted arguments, firm arguments, but I try not to lose my temper too much, because it's never worth it. I try to explain to people that we don't inhale our smoke. We smoke a pipe for the flavour of the tobacco, and the different types of pipes, obviously, that you can get. And the demon here is are cigarettes, not pipe tobacco. Pipe tobacco is a natural, is a natural product, whereas cigarettes have had all sorts of nasties added to them. Although I did have 30 years smoking cigarettes before I went back onto a briar. So yeah, I do smoke my pipe in public, and I'm proud to do that. Also, I'm nearly 50, and I think with age comes the thing, the thought, well, no, I'm nearly 50, nearly bloody 50, I can smoke a pipe now, I can get away with it because I'm old. But to be honest, I smoked a pipe when I was at college, back in the late 1980s, when I was a teenager, and I didn't give a shit then. I tend to be a little bit like that. I tend to do what I like. But no, so there we are, guys. That's another one. So drop me a VR on that as well. Do you smoke your pipe in public? Do you walk into town with your girlfriend? Combine the two. Is she okay with you smoking with her in public? Do you smoke in the beer garden at the local pub? Let me know, guys. This is a grand smoke, it really is. It's a beautiful pipe too. Tom Phillips is a member of the UK PTC, one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. For all you non-UK guys, you probably won't have heard of it, you may have done. Tom is an incredibly talented pipe carver, has produced some wonderful pipes. Sadly, he's not carving anymore because of lathe problems, technical issues. So unfortunately he's stopped, and he's sold on probably 95% of his of the pipes that he'd made. I think he's only kept a few back for himself. Unfortunately, I caught up with Tom just towards the end of his pipe selling session, and I did manage to get about 7 or 8 of his pipes that he sold me, that he was keeping back. So I was really lucky. Yeah, it's a very talented UK pipe carver. Loads of different designs. I could even do a vid at some point in the future showing you the different designs that he's done, but certainly the pipes that I've got. Really nice. And this is a gorgeous panel square shaped billiard with, as I say, heavily rusticated, but the rustication has been smoothed. I don't know whether you can see that. It tends to lose focus a little bit, this camera sometimes. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. Certainly I think is an interesting topic of conversation. I just want to say a quick shout out to Mo Piping. Just want to say hi. Thanks for the comments earlier. Hope your gore's getting plenty of interest. Well, that's it guys. Have a fantastic Sunday evening. Hope I haven't bored you. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a fantastic week. I'll be back.